Hello all. Today we have gathered here to celebrate the World Immunization Day on 10th of November. Today with us we have our eminent pediatric pulmonologist Dr. Anil Kumar Sapare sir. Welcome sir. So on this day, November 10th, let's know why do we celebrate this day? What is the significance of this World Immunization Day?
Yeah, hello Priya, thank you for that introduction. On this occasion of World Immunization Day, we will try to understand why we celebrate this. Immunization has been one of the most important way of providing a safety device to the people. Vaccination gives and protects the children as well as adults against these deadly diseases. Over last century, we have seen that majority of the diseases have been eliminated from the countries, namely polio, diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, and these diseases were taking millions and millions of the lives across the globe. And by effective vaccination, these diseases have remarkably reduced. And after that, we have further managed to reduce the prevalence of so many other diseases, which includes hepatitis B, now recently pneumonia, Haemophilus B infections, rotavirus infections, hepatitis A infections, and these infections have significantly reduced not only in developed countries but in all the parts of the world where the vaccination has been taken very seriously. Therefore, because these vaccines are most important tool in reducing the mortality and morbidity both in children and adults, we should celebrate this day as a World Immunization Day. Thank you.
Yes. So sir, in simple words, what is a vaccine?
Vaccine, we all know what the vaccine is. Vaccine is actually a medicine which could be either in the form of a solution that can be taken orally or in the form of injectable. So vaccine could be just infectious particle itself. Though it is a particle, it is killed. Or it could be a virus or a bacteria which is attenuated, which means it is made less infectious. Or it could be a killed vaccine, or it could be a toxin. So the vaccine can be either a live one or a killed one, or it could be a toxin. So when injected or taken into the system, they produce antibodies that can fight against the natural infection. So this is in simple what the vaccine is.
So sir, what are the different schedules of vaccines that are available?
See, in India, globally they have got their own vaccination schedule. In India it is very simple. Universal immunization schedule by Government of India, Health Department, and Indian Academy of Pediatrics have very nicely laid out a chart which says start the vaccination at birth. BCG, hepatitis B, polio drops are provided to all the children who are born at term or birth weight of more than 2 kilograms, and then the schedule starts at 6 weeks, then every 4 weeks, and we have got a schedule of regular vaccination till 6 months, then again at 9 months, 12 months, and we continue the vaccination till 2 years, followed by again booster dose at 5 years. This is the standard of practice globally everywhere with minor variations. For example, when I was practicing in United Kingdom, there was slight variation. They do not use routinely BCG vaccine, or they do not use in their schedule hepatitis A, typhoid. However, the prevalence of these diseases is extremely high in the Indian subcontinent or in eastern parts of the world. These vaccines are routinely utilized in our schedule. So the schedule starts from birth and goes on till 5 years, and the repeat boosters are provided at 10 and 15 years.
So sir, should parents worry about the side effects of the vaccine?
Absolutely no. Side effects are extremely rare. With the most modern vaccination, we have rarely seen anaphylactic reactions. Anaphylactic means a sudden reaction which can be life-threatening. Such reactions are exceptionally rare, 1 in a million. However, the minor side effects are very common. A lot of children do experience a little bit of pain, discomfort, redness, swelling, and that can be very easily managed with ice pack or 1 or 2 doses of paracetamol. Very rarely children may get occasionally rash, especially after measles, mumps, but these are all very minor side effects. I wouldn't worry at all. However, if there are serious side effects, it can be very well managed in the hospital setting with a dose of adrenaline and effective medications. So I don't think parents should worry in any form or shape about side effects. Even children who have got allergies to some components, they are provided with alternative vaccines.
Okay, sir. So, sir, when should we not vaccinate a child?
Vaccination should be routine for everyone with very, very few exceptions. There are some children who have got severe immunodeficiencies, namely severe, we call them as severe combined immunodeficiency. They do not have any cells to develop immune mechanism. In such individuals, the live vaccine themselves can cause disastrous diseases. So severe combined immunodeficiency or gamma globulinemia or some patients who were given immunoglobulin recently. So these are the categories of children the vaccinations and especially live vaccine should be avoided. However, vast majority of the population must receive a normal routine vaccination.
Okay, sir. So, most of us have a doubt. Does flu vaccine also help in preventing COVID?
Answer is no. Flu vaccine is different from COVID vaccine. Flu vaccine do not prevent COVID. However, flu vaccine prevents against flu, that is influenza, which is very significantly increased in the recent times. So if you take a flu vaccine, which is flu quadri or newer vaccines have come, it will protect against influenza disease, which is characterized by fever, headache, sore throat, cold, cough, whose symptoms are exactly similar to COVID itself. And if you happen to protect yourself against influenza, your likelihood of suffering with influenza is far less, and your likelihood of visiting hospital reduces, and burden on the healthcare system also is reduced. So it is not that you protect against COVID, but you protect against influenza, which is increasing in the prevalence.
So now the much awaited question in every parent's mind is the COVID vaccination of children.
I entirely agree with you, Dr. Priya. That has been the top agenda in everyone's parents, because they are so much worried about sending their children to the schools, about possibility of the third wave. I do agree, but the good news is emergency authorization of India and also DCGI, that is Director General of India, have given authorization for children, and that authorization will be in motion by end of the November. So once DCGI gives the permission, the government of India is going to definitely roll over the vaccination schedule for the children, and the vaccine from Zydus is available and Covaxin is available. Covaxin can be given in 2 doses, and the phase 1, phase 2 trials that are conducted in our country, especially in Mysore and other parts of the country, have definitely shown efficacy data as well as safety data in children, and I am very hopeful that it will be a successful program in children too. Once the approval comes, I think the way the government of India has initiated and completed more than 1 billion doses in adults, they will definitely do the same thing in pediatrics, and we pediatricians are eager to protect the children against this COVID illness by providing them with a very efficacious vaccine to them. And my personal feeling is it may start as early as December or as latest as first few weeks of January. The vaccination program may start for children, and I'm hoping and I wish that too.
Okay, thank you, sir. So with this vast overview about vaccination, now today on this day of World Immunization Day, let us all take a pledge to vaccinate each and every child, whether from a big city or a tribal area, whether rich or poor. Let's see to that we vaccinate each and every child. Thank
That's
you.
so well said, Dr. Priya. I do agree that every child on the surface of this universe should get vaccination, and let us all pledge to commit ourselves that we vaccinate everyone on the surface of this earth. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.